Morning. Morning, guys. Just waiting for folks to kind of join us here before we get started. In the meantime, I will put up our risk disclosure. Morning, Frizu. We'll get started here in a couple. Oh, actually, it's already 5 past the hour, so or 5 past the bottom of the hour. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, guys, I have the good morning, Sergey. I think you sent confirmation that you received the trial? Is that right, Sergey? Good morning, Ricky. All right, guys. So good morning, Shadow Hunter. So I do have the risk disclosure up, just to kind of remind everyone that the market trader and the content is being published and distributed by the market trader and its affiliates is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice and offer to solicit to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. We all understand that future trading does carry a fair amount of risk, and then we should only be using risk capital that we can otherwise afford to lose without compromising our lifestyle or our financial security. Okay. Again, information contained herein is not intended as investment advice and offer to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any future security, company, or fund, and past performance is not indicative of future results. All right. So now that we got the risk disclosure out of the way, guys, I'm going to go ahead and open up the financial portal, and we do have a fair amount of news today, actually, with FOMC. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Wrong day. FOMC is tomorrow. But we still have a fair amount of news. Okay. So let's make sure that you guys can see this, because sometimes for whatever reason this portal, don't confirm here. All right, so fair amount of news today. We have core sale reports coming out. That's already been in the market here. What's it today? It is FOMC. Holy cow, what am I doing? All right, yes. We've already gotten some housing numbers, some building numbers come in. We have crude oil inventories for those who trade crude oil. Okay, at 10:30 Eastern time. We have FOMC here coming in at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. And then we have a press conference that's just going to add a little bit more fuel to the fire here, again at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so I would expect, unless there's always a possibility of some of this information leaking, but I would expect that the equity markets, as a result of this big news event, has the potential of being a rather dull, leading into it. Okay, because again, I'm not sure anyone wants to, get in a position unless they know exactly what the FOMC's view is going to be on interest rates. Right? Are they going to hold steady? Are they going to drop the interest rate as promised? That could have a very strong impact on the markets. Okay. So I don't know. Part of me says that you probably want to sit on the sidelines today, especially around the equities. That includes gold. or you can look at an alternative market, right? Say like crude oil. Crude oil has less impact, or FOMC has a lesser impact on crude oil. However, today they have a report. So again, although their report comes in a lot earlier. So in any case, a day full of news. All right. So a day of maybe potential unpredictable price action as a result of all the news. Okay. So just something to keep in mind as we approach our day today in trading. Okay. And again, there's a valid consideration to be made here on whether or not to maybe potentially sit on the sidelines and let the theater happen. Okay. We don't necessarily need to be part of the theater here, right? Okay. All right. Let's move on to the charts. Okay. We'll go ahead and bring up the charts. All right, you see my chart. All right, so I have the ES up at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and change this to the gold here in a second. Let me duplicate tab here. And we're going to open up the gold here. If I can. All right. I'm going to go ahead and turn off some of my levels. QSR, maybe even the EMA. Okay. And we're going to start by, we always start with a macro view. Okay. And we take a look at what the market is trying to accomplish. Okay. Well, of late, market has continued to try to accomplish heading higher. Okay. We had, a reasonable bearish move yesterday. But now that's been met with buyers. Okay. We had an inside open. Okay. We have a developing bullish candle. So nothing here indicates that we're going to be heading lower. Okay. Now this could all change in a split second with some sort of adverse news. Okay, adverse news that comes out of FOMC, right? So right now, all things point to higher pricing. Okay, we are in a very much a bullish kind of move here. Okay, so on the daily, bullish. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. Again, we had a series of maybe it appears more, looks to me more like a little bit of a pullback. But to be honest, to really continue this move, we really need to break 2616 at some point, right? To continue this higher high, higher low. But for now, we've got a higher high and a higher low. Okay. We've made a series of lower lows here if in sort of the micro level, but this feels to me more like a pullback than a definitive swing to the downside. Okay. We do have, some selling wicks above us, which is always interesting because if we are interested in bullish moves, we're not really necessarily interested in these kind of selling wicks. But and in looking at volume delta, you can see that we have some selling wicks above us, right? Even though we have a bullish candle, we have some bullish sell volume coming into this market. Okay, that really has not translated into any sort of adverse price action, but it's something to note to make note of. Okay, all right. So let's move on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. This is our volume profile. Okay, I'm just going to expand this as much as I can here. I'm going to add my levels here at some point. All right, so right now, no surprise that the market opened inside value. Okay, with FOMC in the horizon, no one wanted to take any sort of initiative in moving price in any one direction. There was an attempt to take the price higher. and this against this value area range, and we received rejection. Okay, so is that an indicator that maybe gold will falter throughout the day? I'm not so sure. Okay, because we have kind of crossed what would be supportive, okay, and also managed to get through that. So maybe we are okay. It's kind of stalled right now in an area where we've been through before, right? This was an area of resistance. Now it's stalled here. So is this going to be an area where we get the next leg up, okay, in this market? Right? That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I'd like to see, kind of some sort of 3-bar reversal pattern around this area to really embrace that. Okay. I don't want to participate in a candle that's bearish. I'd like to see some other candle or some sort of series of candles to entertain maybe a bullish move in this market. All right. All right, so we got our value areas. We'll go ahead and open up our initial balance here. Let's just kind of take this by step by step. This is our initial balance range. I would say is relatively tight range, right? Again, a reason for it, I would say, is the fact that we have some news in the horizon. All right, this was yesterday's range, right? Just kind of just as a gauge here. Okay, so this is yesterday's range, right? And look at yesterday's range in comparison to what we're seeing right now. Okay, so this is on I don't know, maybe a third of what we normally get. Okay, so again, that also kind of speaks to the fact that no one wants to make any sort of move in the market with some news that's coming. All right. So let's see. Let's go ahead and add our levels to the charts. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our levels to the charts here. Here are our levels. Okay. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and double confirm them here. Just add the ADR level. So that's 2609. Okay, ADR high. Okay, 2609. We have value area high coming in at 2606. We got value area low coming in at 2594. Okay, 93, I guess. And we got our ADR low coming in at 2582. Okay, so that all seems in order. I'm going to go ahead and open up ASR. We have 2594 on the downside. We have 2612 to the upside. Right now, we're smack in the middle of the range, smack right dead center of the range. Not generally an area where I'm looking necessarily for an execution. Okay, I'm not interested in an area where there's the highest volume of trade necessarily. Okay. All right. So again, so what to make of this market? Well, we're going to have to wait, I would say, at minimum, for some sort of definitive move through initial balance. Right now, if I had to guess, based on the 30-minute chart, it feels like it wants to move higher. Okay, in this market. Okay, we did get a little bit of a 3-bar reversal here up on the top, up against this value area high. Okay, but that hasn't really been met with with a continuation move to the downside as of yet. Okay, has been met with some buyers. So yeah, so if I'm interested in a buy, minimally I need to get above. I need to close above this area here. Okay, and ideally above value. Right? That's where I need to show that I'm able to hold price above value. Okay. And if I do, then maybe I can set up an execution off the top of value. Okay, that's kind of, and that's what right in that value area high is 2606. We're at 2603. So yeah, I would say that we want to wait for that potentially to happen with some volume. Right now we have some volume to that are sellers, but with a wick, right? Similar to what we're seeing in the as far as price. Okay. Um, okay. So right now, fair amount of volume coming into the short side with maybe potentially some buyers kind of stepping in here a little bit. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the gold market right now. Well, the fact that we're inside value, I'm not super excited to really get involved here. Yeah, I do have some, some areas above me that could be resistant, that could cause the market to reverse. We have the average daily range, we have the average session range, we have a supply zone, we have settlement from is that from yesterday or is that day before? That's the day before settlement. These all these areas could offer areas of resistance, okay, and cause price to reverse from, okay. So not really a good area, I would say, to for execution in this market in gold right now. Okay, I would say that we need to wait for some sort of price reference level, right? Maybe if price gets back up to value area high, maybe up to ADR or prior settlement price. This area right here seems like an area of interest to the short side. Okay, this area right here, to me anyway, this would be an area I would say that would be kind of an interesting area for a potential short. Okay. Maybe there is a rally to that level. I don't think it's going to be green. I'm going to make this red. Okay. But this area right here seems like a logical level. I have a couple of reference levels of confluence, right? So this seems like a logical area to potentially for an execution to the short side. But I just don't blindly take shorts there, guys. It's some sort of price structure that indicates to me that this area is going to be respected. Okay. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now. That seems the most logical. Now, if I wanted to go long, I guess I could long. The problem is that I'm not sure the risk reward on this trade is enough. Okay, and I'm not liking the fact that we're in the middle of the range to support that. Right, I'd like to be a little bit more extreme. Okay, down by a value area low, down by kind of like what we had here. If I were around this area and beginning to develop this area kind of here now, then I would be much more interested in participating in the long. All right, I think that's pretty much what I want to share on the gold market. Kind of taking a peek here to see if there's any questions. I'm not seeing any questions, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the crude oil chart or crude oil market. Okay, so it looks like it's rallying as we speak here. So we're going to go ahead and start with our daily chart. Okay, look at our daily chart. We're going to shut down some of our levels here for now and just take a peek at what the market is trying to do. Well, the market of late has been trying to head higher. Okay, the market of late has been trying to head higher, and depending on how you draw this, I think I've drawn this before, but I will do it again. If I take these set of candles and kind of create a little channel here, you see that we've broken the channel to the upside. Okay. There's a larger channel, I would say maybe above us here. Maybe if I do something like this, I'm not really keen on this one, to be honest. Larger channel here. Okay. That could be an area of resistance. Okay. To price. Okay. It's kind of a larger channel. But honestly, I'm not really super keen on it because I feel like I have a gap. I don't have enough touches on the bottom side to really say. I got two touches here. I also got two touches. But in any case, this could be an area that could be resistant. It's around the, what is it? Around the, say, 71 level. Okay. You can see here that we have some prior support here that could be resistant, and that kind of will fall right at the upper end of the channel. Okay, so this area here could indeed be an area of resistance. We don't know. We have it's been supportive, got broken, so now what was support is now can become resistant. Okay, so we'll take a look and see. We'll drill down on this a little bit further with the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart is developing an engulfing pattern. Okay, but we've seen this before, right? We got an engulfing pattern, shot up only to be met by sellers. Got an engulfing pattern, went up for a little bit, and then shot back down with some sellers. So we are still very much in, I guess, kind of in a downward slope. I mean, if I look from back here, we're kind of not in I would say necessarily in an uptrend at the moment. We're in an uptrend in the most recent, but in a larger, if we look at it from a larger point of view, we're still very much in a downtrend, right? We still have areas and pockets of sellers here. Okay. All right. Very strong bullish in candle that's developing at the moment, supported by volume on the 4-hour. Can't dismiss that. Okay. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. We have our series of candles here that are bullish. We've come up on an area that could be resistant, and it looks like is resistant, at least for now. To really kind of, I would say, embrace some of the buying, we definitely need to break above, let's say, 69.73. Okay. And then we have this settlement price that we have to deal with as well, right? So this price here at 70 could offer us an opportunity potentially for a downside move in the gold market. Okay. So this area right here, right? This area right here could be an area where we could see price falter. Okay. Now, if we do manage to get above that, okay, then 70.50 come into play, and then beyond 70.50, we got a lot of green pastures based on the 30-minute chart. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at this from a volume perspective, value area perspective. Market is about to open here in about 4 minutes. I'm trying to time these things so that we at least take a peek of where price opens in relation to value from yesterday. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and drag this across. Okay, so right now we're just a shade under value. Okay, so if price is going to falter, this would be a logical area for it to falter. Okay, so if price is not able to get into this value area, then we could see a leg lower. Okay, if we get acceptance of price inside value, well, then that could spell a full traversal of price through value. Okay, up to 70.30. Okay, so we're kind of at a if I had to compare between gold and crude oil, we're at a much better reference level, okay, to support a trade or an execution. Okay, we're at the value area low or near it. Okay, so again, if we're not able to close inside value, chances are we're going to reverse away from it and head lower. If we do close back inside value, the expectation is that we're going to traverse through up until the top of value or to this supply zone. Okay, that's kind of, or certainly up to settlement price. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing right now in the crude oil. Let me go ahead and add our levels here. So we're going to ahead and move this over at our levels. Okay, just going to add these here. Okay, we're about a couple minutes away from the open here. I'm kind of buying a little bit of time to see if there's any sort of adjustment that I need to make to to my ASRs. Okay, so we'll just kind of double confirm some of these levels while we wait here. Value area high 70.30, value area low 69.63. We got point of control coming in at 70.12. We got settlement at 69.02. No, 69.96. Okay, point of control. Let's go ahead and add ADR here. ADR is coming in at the highs here at 71.10. I have 71.09. That's close enough. And then we got 68.86. Notice we got a nice reversal off of ADR low and this demand area. Okay, again in overnight trading. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna wait here a minute here to confirm. I'm gonna go ahead and add ASR for the moment, but I suspect that this is going to change on us. So 70.53, 68.44, that's all in line. I'm just gonna wait for the open, okay, and that probably will adjust the ASR here in a bit. Let's see, did it make any dent in this? Let's see. Let's make sure that ASR is set to New York. It's set to London, so let's set that to New York, and then we should get an adjustment. Okay, so a little slight adjustment. Okay, so 70.48 is our new ASR high. Okay, based on the New York Open. Okay, so 70.49 was it? No, 48. Okay, 48, and then our ASR low 68.60. 68.60, so we'll modify that. 68.60. 68.60. All right, so we'll go 68.60 here. And we'll go, what was that? To the top side was 70.48. I'll make those in bold. E, this in bold, sorry, in bold. Okay. All right. So again, we're at value area low, and we're starting to see evidence that price is going to have a tough time getting through value area low potentially. Okay. So we're in the midst of developing maybe a potential 3-bar reversal pattern here at a reference level. Reference level in this case is value area low. Okay. So assuming that I get a 15-minute candle to close kind of as a bearish engulfing candle, then I would say that it would not be unreasonable to potentially take an execution to the short side using value area low as our reference. Okay. So we're starting to see some evidence, some sellers kind of stepping into the market here, kind of further giving us some confidence of that potential event. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. We've already talked about a short scenario here in the crude oil. If I'm bullish, I would say I'd probably have to wait for some extreme area here to look for a bullish trade. Right now, it seems to me that the bears are still in the market. Okay. If price does manage to get inside value, maybe I change my tune a little bit. But if it's not able to get inside value, then it's not going to break initial balance high, and chances are we're going to head lower. Okay. ASR low, Alejandro. This is the man zone. Okay. Again, right? That's the swing that I see right now. I mean, it could go beyond that, could go all the way down to ADR low, right? But again, I know where I'm wrong. All right. I know where I'm wrong. I'm less worried about where it can go. I'm more worried about where I can be wrong. And where I'm wrong is if it gets above 69.75. Right? 69.75. Yes, 4-hour demand for CL could be a target. Correct. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, that's kind of what I'm seeing on the crude oil market. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to the NASDAQ. Okay. Again, guys, with FOMC today, we could expect maybe potential. I don't know. I would suspect that if the news is not already known, then I would say that we could potentially expect maybe a little bit of a dull market. Okay. If somehow they manage to tip their hands on what they're going to do with interest rates, they've already said that the plan is to reduce. So that could be the how we say the fuel for continued move to the upside. Okay, so let's take a look at the daily and see what the daily has to say. Looking at the daily, if all we had to look at was this right here, okay, we would say that we are headed higher, right? We got a series of candles to the upside with a little bit of a pullback. Now we're up against a little supply zone here, got a little bit of a pullback, but if that's all you had, you would say we're headed higher, right? So we get a little bit more context. We see that we are in an area where we've seen some prior sellers. So this could be an area that could cause price to potentially come back, okay, and remain in range, right? So really, again, we're talking daily now. We understand that this is not we're day traders. We don't trade on a single candle, right? But based on this candle, based on this chart, I would say that we will remain bullish if we're able to get above, let's say 19,900. Okay. Then we have some other areas here. Okay. So this is kind of this whole area. This whole area is a ripe for, a potential seller to step back in. Okay. Very ripe for a potential seller to back in. Now, if we get above this level, then you can say that the bulls have taken full control of the market. Okay. Because we have a swing high, we have a swing low, and we're in the process of potentially making a new high. There's no guarantee of that. But if the sellers are going to continue to step in, well, this would be a logical area for them to step in because they showed that they're around. Okay, so right now I would say that market is bullish. All right, heading into an area that potentially could where we could see some sellers. Okay. So that's what we're seeing on the daily chart, 4-hour chart. Okay, so we have a series of candles, really not, nothing, a lot of overlapping candles, kind of in range for, I would say, since Thursday. All right, ranging, not really giving us a whole lot of direction. We had a very directional move here, but ranging since then. All right. Slightly, bullish. We see some volume delta that's bullish, but outside of that, slightly, on the volume delta side, W shape could mean up. Yeah, W shape could mean up, right? We got, I guess, what Frizu is kind of referring to is this right here. If we were to draw this, something like this, I'm assuming. So in other words, a double bottom, right? So what he's suggesting is that maybe we have another leg like this. That's kind of what he's suggesting. I can't rule that out. All right. We do have some areas of resistance above us that have been somewhat reactive, but to be honest, probably hasn't generated the reaction away that we at least would expect. Okay. So let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. Okay. We're going to remove some of these lines here because all these lines kind of mess up with my ability to review these. Right now we have some seller volume coming into this area. Okay. So let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile. We'll start off with the 630 bar not from Monday, but from Tuesday, okay, right about there, okay, drag that across to this day, okay? So no surprise here, guys, that we are inside value, right? We have one of the bigger events that's going to take place today, right? Nobody wants to take the market in any specific direction, okay? This could easily falter, all right? This could easily falter, right? We could get a push up and then followed by a move down, all right? What I will say is that we are above this EMA. This is kind of my sentiment indicator, indicating that the market remains bullish, okay? We are right on top of settlement price. We've reacted off of settlement price. So yeah, it could easily lead to higher prices. Where could this go? Well, let's add some of these. We have ADR high here. Where did not add it? Okay, we have ADR high, which also happens to be a supply area. Okay. We have ASR, ASR here as well. Okay. Where is ASR? What did I just add? That's not what I wanted to add. Right there. Okay, so that's another area that's probably going to adjust some. Okay, this area will adjust some once we get the open of the market here. But if we're thinking bullish, these are a couple of targets that we could potentially expect from that. Okay, let's go ahead and open up our levels here. Okay. We'll just add our levels here to the right. Okay, this is kind of what we're looking at, and then we'll just kind of double confirm that I have them correct. So 19,770 value area high, 19,597 value area low. We have point of control at 19,655. We have settlement at 675. We have average session range, which could change with the open of the New York session here, 549, and we have our daily ranges. All right, so everything seems to be in order. Okay, right now we're kind of in the middle of the range. I'm not really super excited about middle of the range kind of executions. All right, I'd like to wait for price to get to some sort of extreme for me to act. Okay, like I said, I liked the location of crude oil far better than anything that I've seen so far. Gold, or gold, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the Nasdaq. I would say that we'd have to be a little bit patient with FOMC. Not super inclined to do much of anything in the equity market today. To be honest, that if it was a day to sit on the sidelines, this might be the day. Okay, so I would trade with caution today. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move on to the ES here. So we'll open this up here. Okay. All right. Let's stretch this out here a little bit. Let's remove some of my drawings for now. And let's look at the daily and ask the question, what is the market trying to accomplish? Well, the market is trying to accomplish a higher move. Okay. It came into a supply zone, was rejected, but didn't go as far as the first time it came up to this area, right? Came up to this area, was rejected pretty strong. Now we're back at that same, we came back to that same level, was rejected less before the buyer stepped in. Now, are we going to get a rejection? You're welcome, Fizu. Are we going to get another smaller rejection here? Or is this going to be the leg that breaks these areas? Okay. Is FOMC going to be the vehicle that allows us to get above? Yeah, indeed. hit the like and subscribe, guys, if you if what I've imparted has been beneficial to you. Okay. Thank you, Friso. Thanks for the reminder. All right. Yeah. So here we are. ES is at a level again that we could, again, get a little bit of a move away here, right? We could get a little bit of a move away. And follow the series here. Okay. Each time we've come to this area, sellers have been able to, react, cause the market to come back, but not to the same degree as it did prior. So maybe we have another smaller leg to the downside before we were able to get enough resources to make this happen. I'm not sure. Okay. But that's kind of what I'm seeing so far. All right. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. Okay. Again, I'm going to remove some of these, indications. We're going to turn off initial balance for now. Just look at it from, supply and demand. So here we are up against the supply zone. We have a rather large, super big demand area here. Maybe because of all the overlapping price here. So in any case, let's expand this out a little bit. So like I said, we are up against an area of supply, right? But has been an area historically that price has had some difficulty getting through. But this has been one test, two tests, three tests, fourth test, fifth test. Okay, is this going to be the leg that it's never a clean break? Yeah, I would agree with that, Himachali. Right. So yeah, it should make for an interesting power hour at the end of the day today, for sure. Okay. Yeah. So in any case, right now we're in area of supply. If anything, this would be a logical area to fade. But given this kind of direction, I'm not sure I would want to. I'm certainly not going to do it prior to FOMC. Okay. I don't want to be in a long trade without any momentum. Okay. That's the last thing I want to see happen. Right. So for now, like I said, probably going to sit on the sidelines when it comes to the equities. Okay. I'm going to look at the 30-minute chart, and you can see the 30-minute chart. Look at all this trade that happened overnight. Really, does this give you any indication of where price is going to go? This whole region, is this an area that exudes confidence? Not for me. Okay, so a lot of indecision right now in where the market's going to go. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile for Tuesday. So let's do this here, drag that across to this day. All right. And here we are, inside value on the bottom end of value, but still nonetheless inside value. We have reacted away a number of times away from settlement price, but you have yet to make any sort of directional move. Okay. So let's go ahead and add our ADR. Okay, we have ADR here right next to a supply area. We have ASR coming in here a little bit higher. Is this US or is this London? No, it's US. Okay, this will adjust some. Okay, so notice how we got a nice reaction off of ASR here. Okay, right. So again, is this going to be the impetus for a further move to the upside? We'll have to see. And with the news today, that adds a little bit of a wrinkle. All right. So let's go ahead and add our levels here. Okay. We'll add our levels. Okay. To here to the right. I'm just going to double confirm that I've captured them correctly. So we have value area high coming in at 57.3350. We got that We got value area low at 56.95. That's good. We got ADR high at 50. No, this is ASR high. ADR high at 57.37. We got ASR at 57.25. So that I'm going to modify. Okay, 57.57. Okay, and then the ASR low is at 56.86. 56.86. Okay, so this may adjust some, guys, with the start of the open of the market. This might normalize a little bit. We might not see the delta that we're seeing currently between ASR and ADR, but that's kind of what we've captured so far. Okay. So again, what to make of this market? Well, we're inside value. So if anything, we should be looking for range kind of price action. Okay. There is some agreement as to what the price is. No one's really anxious to take this market in any one direction. Look at all the overlapping price action. Again, another function of the news, potential fact that we have news later. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I really, I'm kind of neutral as to direction at this point. I see that we have a daily VWAP, but daily VWAP is not giving us much in the way of direction. It's been kind of, hovering around it on both sides. Okay. So again, no real insight from daily VWAP. Let me look at anchor VWAP, but I suspect that we might end up getting the same. Yeah, exactly. Right. We get a lot of overlapping price action in and through anchor VWAP. So really neutral, I guess, for me, as far as direction. I really don't have a strong view as to the direction of this market. I could see both. Okay. I could see us fail here, right? Given this swing, this is maybe, it looks like more of a pullback. So yeah, no real conviction for me on direction on the ES. Okay. Let's see. Let's move on to our final market, and that is the Dow. Okay. I don't know if I have the Dow here. Do I? Yes, I do. Okay. Let's open this up here if I can. Make this a little bit smaller. It's my little accordion of charts. All right. Okay. Let's remove drawings. Don't need to remove anything. Look at the daily. All right. So looking at the daily here. So of all the equity markets, the Dow seems to be the one that wants to make new highs. Okay. More so than what I was seeing. So here we are right at the precipice of breaking some highs here. Okay. So Dow feels stronger to me than some of these other markets. Now I do see that we do have some candles here that don't necessarily breed confidence to the upside, but we are above this EMA to 233-day EMA. We're above our daily VWAP. I'm not really liking the fact that we have kind of a doji-like candles that are developing. Okay, to be honest, that could be recipe for something like this, right? So we'll have to be cautious on that aspect. 4 hour. Okay, for kind of like what we were seeing before, you got a lot of overlapping candles in both directions, not still remaining above this daily VWAP. So I guess you'd have to give it a little bit of an edge to the bulls. Okay, as long as it remains above this VWAP, then you have to continue thinking bullish. If it does close below, right, close below this daily VWAP, then maybe it opens the door for price to come down to some other areas here. Say 41, I'm seeing 41,788, 41,800. This area is consolidation area here. Okay. All right. Looking at the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. Here we are again. Lots of overlapping price. Our VWAP really not giving us a good sense of direction. The only thing I could say is that it is above. It is above both settlement prices that we've had for the last couple of days. Okay, but nothing to necessarily write home about or kind of bet the bank on at this point, right? I could see this market easily faltering. Okay, given the price action that we're seeing here. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and open up our um, fixed range volume profile. Let's go ahead and go back to this and drag this to here. Okay, so we are inside value. Again, inside value means no real initiative, taken by the market at the moment in any one direction, similar to what we've been saying for both the ES and the NASDAQ. So I don't have any levels captured here, guys, so I'm going to have to do these manually. So we'll start capturing some of our levels. So we have ADR high here coming in at, what is that? 42, 345, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our ADR high. Okay, ADR high. Okay, and then we have value area high coming in at 42, 245, 42, 245. That's our value area high. Okay, and then we have point of control coming in at 42, 200, 42, 200. And then that's POC. And then we have 42,037. 42,037 as our settlement price. And then we have value area low coming in at 42,022. 42,022 is our value area low. And then our ADR low is coming in at 41,795. 41,795 is our ADR low. 795 ADR low. Okay. We're going to go ahead and open up. We're going to open up our ASR tool with the understanding that this could adjust some. Okay. So we have 42,395 on the top end. Okay. 42,395. Okay. That's ASR high. And then ASR low is coming in at 41,901. 41,901 is our ASR low. Okay. But these ASR zones, again, could adjust with the open of the market here in about 3 minutes. Okay. Again, not really, I guess, if any direction, if I was going to bank on any direction at the moment, I would say that the direction is going to be lower. Okay. If I had to, right? But not super excited by it. I'm going to be patient and wait for initial balance. Like I said, today is probably not the day to be super aggressive in this market. It could be initially dull and then super exciting, super exciting later today. All right, exciting. Not my kind of excitement, guys. All right, I like my trading to be boring and successful. Okay. Exciting doesn't necessarily translate into equity growth. All right. All right, guys. That's, I believe, it for me. I'm going to be pulling out some popcorn here around 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. I don't intend, and nor will I participate during FOMC. Okay. I will be an active watcher. Okay. So I'll have my popcorn and my favorite beverage and watch the market play out. Now, what these kind of news events do provide, what these events do provide is these events do provide hidden levels. Okay. Hidden levels. All right. So the news will definitely tell you exactly where the buyers are and where the sellers are. Okay. So that's something to keep in mind. All right. You tell that to your cousins. Yeah, the idea is you don't necessarily, if you're going to participate in the market, let it be on days where you can, predictably, not necessarily predict behavior, but expect certain behavior, right? Anytime we have news events like FOMC that could modify monetary policy, that's always a little bit interesting. So let's see, we're about, looks like about 30 seconds away from the open. I'm just kind of waiting here to see if I get one final confirmation on my ASR levels before I close the session here. Um, so we'll wait for that to take place. I'm happy to entertain any questions. Again, don't be shy about hitting the like button. Don't be shy about a comment or two in whatever social media platform that you see this link or see this video. Don't be afraid to offer that kind of insight. Okay. Looks like that had, oh, there it is. There's our new ASR levels. So we have 42,302 now. 42,302 is our new high. Okay. And then our low here at 41,818. Okay, that's our new ASR low. All right. All right. As suspected, market is kind of selling off here. All right. Maybe the interest rate decision is not going to be as favorable as people have thought. Okay, maybe they're holding tight for now. Who knows? I'm not here to prognosticate. I only react to what the charts tell me. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I think that's pretty much it for me. Thanks for the likes and the subscribes. I will move into the coaches raise room in the Discord server for Top Step for an hour or so, and later today we have. Yes, exactly. If I have a boring day, that means I had a very successful trading day. Exactly, Himachali. Yes, to you as well. All right. Have a boring day, guys, and chances are that that's going to translate into some positive price action and a steady growth curve. All right. So trade well, trade safe, trade like a market pro, be a market trader, guys. All right. Have a good day, and I'll see you in whatever venue that I appear in, Coach's Raise room, or later today in group coaching. All right, guys. Have a good day.